Welcome. Chances are you're here because you're thinking about or you've decided to buy a home, or perhaps someone close to you is taking that journey. Hi, I'm Beth Riebenstorff, founder of the Rebe Homes Team in the Phoenix metro area. Having helped thousands of families make the move to their next chapter in life, I've learned that buyers want to know three things: what to expect, how to get the best home for their needs and budget, and they want to know they're making a wise, informed decision on what is usually their single largest asset. Well, at Rebe Homes, we are a small but mighty and highly skilled team dedicated to real estate beyond expectations. So, what does that mean? Well, it means exclusive personalized service and help for things that you may not even know that you need help with, all at no extra cost. We look at real estate beyond expectations as the opposite of big and impersonal, where you can become a number or just a transaction. And what that means to you is you get a team of experts that you can trust to lead, guide, and protect you and your interests. We have expertly helped thousands of people with their home buying journey. And even though there's been thousands, each and every one is very different. You are always at the center of our efforts as we focus on what you most need next and earning your trust. In today's market, it's especially critical to have a team that is experienced, responsive, and tenacious on your behalf. Your doctors don't do everything themselves, nor do you want them to. You want them to focus on the things that matter most. One of the most common complaints that we've heard from clients that have had a less than wonderful experience before they found us is that they didn't get enough communication from their agent during their process, or that their agent was difficult to reach. So, you want the up to date current experience of highly successful agents. You want all that knowledge and guidance. And you also want all the details of what we call integrated complexity handled extremely well, and you want regular communication each step of the way. It's worth emphasizing just how important and critical communication is, when you want it and the way you want it. So, whether it's email, text, phone, Zoom, or a combination, what frequency and what manner is best for you? We have a variety of tools and systems, including paperless signature tools, so it's easy and convenient every step of the way. And this should go without saying, but it's too important not to mention and emphasize that any information you share with us will be confidential. Just like your attorney or doctor, we have the same fiduciary responsibility. We know that trust is earned and communication is critical to that trust. I can assure you that we will never take that trust for granted. So let's start with how we work. There are three things that we do exceptionally well: consult, negotiate, and oversee all the transactional details. As your consultant, we may ask some rather unusual questions, the type of questions a typical agent might not ever ask, because helping you discover what's really important to you is really important to us. As your negotiator, one of the first things we do is help you divide your objectives into three categories: needs, wants, and don't wants. I'm going to share a process with you that will help you and your family discover what's really, really important. I call it the five non negotiables. You only get five for your whole family, which means you may have to compromise or prioritize. It's that process of thinking through what's most important without being swayed by a beautiful kitchen or yard or a fabulous decor. It's the exercise and the discussion that's so valuable. Once you've identified your five non negotiables, you absolutely positively do not sacrifice them for any reason. If the five non negotiables are not present, that property is simply not an option. This helps you stay focused on what is really, really important. It also helps you resist falling into the trap of what we call shiny object syndrome. For example, if one of your five non negotiables is a single story home or a 20-minute commute to work, and you come across this wonderful home with an awesome backyard and pool or a fabulous entertainer's dream kitchen, but it's a two-story or it's 40 minutes away from work. You don't sacrifice what you've decided is a non negotiable. The wants, well, they're dispensable, but not without a trade off in value. And the don't wants, well, they keep us focused and on track. Now, we know that every dollar counts. And when it comes to save you or make you money, You can count on the fact that our negotiating skills, our ability to protect and guide are worth every single penny that we're paid. Let's take a look at the various stages of the home buying process. All three roles of consulting, negotiating, and overseeing the details are important all throughout the journey, not just at one point. A transaction typically involves at least 15 different people with literally hundreds of phone calls, texts, emails, and legal documents that are very important to oversee. There are three specific important negotiating points in the process. One is when writing the offer, the next is after inspection, and the third is once the appraisal has been completed. Another way to look at that is the removal of all the various contingencies. We call that TAIL, TAIL, which stands for title, appraisal, inspection, and loan contingencies. All of those must be satisfied, and they can be very costly if they're not. Think about when you fly. You rely on airline teams and the pilot to get you and your luggage to your destination safely and on time. Well, we are your pilot and your team for the home buying journey. And experienced pilots know that turbulence is just part of flying. There are many different types of turbulence outside the control of the pilot. As a passenger, you may never know about some of the turbulence as the pilot just handles it. But because of all the integrated complexity, the same is true for real estate transactions. We've compiled a list of 88 different types of possible turbulence, and not to alarm you, but to educate and prepare you. You can be assured that in the event of any turbulence, we'll propose creative and win win solutions. We'll know the right questions to ask. We'll understand and comprehend the situation, and will navigate you clearly through the complex situation. Something that you may not know about us is that we serve two clients for every transaction. You, of course, as the buyer, but also the person that introduced you to us, because we know that their referral is a really big deal. Over 90% of our clients, well, they're introduced to us by current or past clients. So our goal is always to make sure that the person that introduced us is the hero. We are very clear about our one measurement for success. Until that one thing happens, we don't consider ourselves successful. And that one thing is whether we've earned your trust enough that you'll gladly introduce us to people you care about who could use our help. Because the home buying process is on your radar right now, you're very likely to run into other folks considering their home buying options. This could be somebody at work, somebody at church, somebody moving into the area, someone who needs more or less space. Maybe they're getting a divorce and they have a question. You name it, and we've dealt with it. And we'll go out of our way to make sure that you are the hero for the folks that you introduce to us. That's how we deliver our real estate beyond expectations. And lastly, until you get to know us well, I encourage you to rely on what others have experienced with us on their journey. If you can't tell by now, one of the things that makes us different is not just our skill and our expertise, which are very important. It's all of that, plus our unwavering commitment to earning trust, which quite simply means valuing relationships over transactions, over ego, and definitely over a commission check. I'm Beth Riebenstorf with the Rebe Homes Team. We're real estate beyond expectations. It is our mission and it is real. Thank you for your time today to educate you on the home buying process, and we look forward to earning your trust on your journey.